Howdy y'all. Today I'll be going over lane courtesy in the PBA because it is different than normal open bowling, league bowling, or USBC tournaments, so let's get to it. Interestingly enough, one of the most difficult things for me in my first tournament in the PBA last year was getting used to lane courtesy. By the second tournament, I had it down and it didn't give me any trouble, and I haven't had any trouble with it since. But the first tournament for a lot of folks is difficult because there has to be 6 lanes open in order for you to step up on the approach. So just say there's lanes 1 through 6 and you're wanting to go up on lane 4. That means lanes 1, 2, and 3 have to have no one on them. Obviously, you're on lane 4, so there's no one going to be there, and also no one can be on lane 5 or 6. Now, also if you're bowling on lane 3, which is on the same set as 3 and 4, no one can be on 1 or 2, as well as, of course, you're on 3, but 4, 5, and 6 have to be open as well. Once you get used to it, it's really easy. It does make things flow pretty quickly. I've heard debates on both sides whether it goes slower or faster than if it's just one lane courtesy each way. It's kind of hard to explain sometimes. Some folks, when you say 2 lanes each way, they don't take it as a set of lanes each way, so they skip one lane or another. But the way I would say it is your set of lanes have to be open, the set of lanes to the left of you and the set of lanes to the right of you have to be open. Now, if you're bowling in the corner, it makes it a lot easier because you only have to worry about the lanes that are either to the left of you or to the right of you, other than your set. You don't have to worry about an extra set looking back and forth. And once you get used to it, you can kind of look over to the side, left or right, and if someone's there, they'll give you a nod to go or a little finger forward like you can go. And because it's hard to yell in there sometimes, different tournaments, because it's a lot of bowling going on, and you want to be yelling left and right. You just kind of give a hand forward, a gesture that, no, you go forward. Or if they tell you go forward, you can wave, say thanks, or appreciate it, thank you. But it does get a lot easier for any of y'all that are getting your first tournament. It's going to be very unusual. There's hardly any leagues or tournaments around, especially in Los Angeles area, that do that anymore. There used to be more quite a while ago, but those have faded out. It's more the hotshot leagues, sports leagues that would do that, but there's fewer and fewer of those, and even the sport leagues that I'm in, they don't do that anymore. So just a heads up for anyone getting into the PBA to maybe practice that if you're at open bowling, because it's a lot harder to do in league because then you're holding up your set of lanes if you're practicing that. But maybe if you have some buddies to go practice with, it would probably help. Just getting the hang of 2 sets of lanes, 1 set on each side courtesy. So that way it's 6 lanes have to be open for you in order to be able to go up and bowl. Just a fair warning to anyone, because if you don't know that rule, some folks get kind of upset. If you are getting there, you can always ask someone that's on your set of lanes at the tournament, hey, would you mind running through the rules again on lane courtesy? I'm a little confused. There's nothing wrong with that. I've had new members come up to me and say, hey, I don't understand, and I have absolutely no problem running through the rules, because that's what we're there for. We're there to help each other out. If you don't understand something, ask someone. And if they don't know, they can say, hey, maybe this person knows. They've been doing this tournament longer, or they've been in this organization longer, or why don't we ask the tournament director? If you're really unsure, go to the tournament director. So if you're at a PBA event, go to the tournament director, the regional manager. They should be there more often than not. Just ask the regional manager. They'll straighten you out. They'll look it up the rules if they don't know. I've had that before where I've asked for different rules and the regional manager wasn't sure, so they looked up the rules and I said thanks, really appreciate it, and I went on my way, because you want to make sure everything's legal beagle. So if y'all are wondering what to do or what you can't do, just ask the regional manager. They'll make sure everything's spot on, because no one wants any trouble at any event. No one wants to be accused of breaking the rules cheat or anything. So just make sure everything's fine as tournament director. But especially for lane courtesy, it is something I would warn any new members coming in that's their first tournament or their first few tournaments, that if they're not used to it, it is something very new and very odd that's not expected. So just a heads up, if you're bowling on a set of lanes, you have to have a set of lanes to the left of you, which is the neighboring pair to the left and the neighboring pair to the right. And obviously the set of lanes that you're on, the pair of lanes that you're on, have to be free as well. So that's just today's tip. I want to throw that out there for any of y'all that want to get PBA. It's just something to get used to. It's no big deal. You just have to get used to it. A tournament, 2, and you should be good. Even if it takes 3 or 4 tournaments, no big deal. It just takes some practicing, some getting used to, and actually being in a tournament to get in the rhythm of things. Because once you get in the rhythm, it goes by a lot easier. I've had that for myself and new members that I've talked to. It got easier for them throughout their first tournament, or sometimes it's their 4th tournament, and then it finally gets easier for them. So you just have to feel it out and just practice with it, and it will get easier. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next video.